You're listening to the Getting Salty Experience podcast.
And away we go. Welcome back. Welcome to the Getting Salty Experience podcast. It's the only podcast that brings the Firehouse kitchen table to you. But tonight, we're going to your kitchen table. That's right. We're visiting 3 firehouses. We're going to their kitchen tables. But first, how you doing, Ruffy?
What's going on, pal?
How are you?
Happy birthday, my brother.
Oh, that's right. It is my birthday today. Yes. Let me drink to myself. Hold on a minute. And the word of the day is me. Thank you.
What'd you have, a tough paper out or something?
Yep, 53 years old. Yep. Welcome back. So this is either going to be a great show or a shit show. We don't know how this is going to turn out. This was last minute thrown together, and I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my man Brandon over there. Me and my boy Greg go way back, and of course the lovely Tankimus Prime. Last minute, Charlie, we threw this together. Hopefully it works out, and maybe we can do this on a regular basis. But before we get to that, let's get greedy. And Pete, why don't you give us the shameless plug?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you know I will. You got to go to Getting Salty Apparel to get apparel like this T-shirt right here. Or I believe the one that Tank is wearing. Definitely the one that one of your boys is wearing down there. Or maybe the hat that Ruffy's wearing. Or his T-shirt. Or a tumbler like this. So, guys, if you guys want to get the coolest firefighter apparel and accessories in the game, head on over to gettingsaltyapparel.com. Also, guys, if you're in the chat tonight, hit us up in the super chat. If you got a question to ask any of these folks, or if you just want to give us a couple of shekels to support the show, bam, super chat, boom, bing, bang, boom, there it is. Boom, super chat us. All right, there it is.
Beautiful. Done. And the word of the day is me. Many times me. Yep.
You know, Coobs, it's really awesome. Happy birthday, bro. And I hear you just cut your cake before you came on the show.
Yep.
Nice. Actually, Anna sent us a little bit of footage of that.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
We got a little birthday footage for you here.
All right, go ahead.
This is for everyone's viewing pleasure. Koobies, you look like you're having a great time.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
and Gary,
to you.
blow out the candles.
Make a wish.
Make a wish and blow out the
candles. That's Gary the retard.
Is that Gary?
My daughter gets mad when I say the word. Man, my daughter gets mad when I say retard.
I mean, you watched that show for how many years, bro?
Dude, you know what I thought you were gonna do? Because sometimes, like when we're at a party and I get a little bag on, I say, my family like, oh, when I get home, I want to give my old lady a little action, a little something tonight, right? And then when I get home, she takes the camera out and there's me picture sleeping with my CPAP coming out of my face. She's like, some action tonight. Yeah,
you got some action.
Hot.
Yeah. All right, let me introduce our guest tonight, bro. We got my boy Brandon Green Day from Pennsauken. Is that how you say it, Brandon? Pennsauken, New Jersey?
Hey, look at
Who's
that.
working tonight? Who's there working tonight, buddy? Who we got?
So we got me, Joe, Jimmy, Johnny, John, and Joe.
Are you kidding? There's no way.
It's like the scene.
There is no way.
It's like the scene in Goodfellas. Here's my
Petey,
Paulie.
That's Petey. I get mixed up myself.
Go get your fucking shine box.
Go get your shine box. Are you shitting me? Come on, you're not kidding.
This is Joey. This is Joey. This is John. This is Joey and Joey. All right, so you got. Hold him up again, Pete. Let me see him close up.
Oh, of course.
What part of Jersey? Like, where is that?
It's right outside Philly, like Cherry.
Oh, all right.
Next to
All
Camden.
right. Oh, Camden.
I was going to ask if you get any. Do you get any lovely work in Camden? You do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go over to Camden? So what do you? How many guys? What do you? Just a single engine over there? What do you got?
Yeah. So right now we have 11 guys working tonight. We're a combination department.
I don't know what that
people
means.
could go off anytime.
Explain that to me. Explain combination department to me. Explain it to me, Lucy.
So we have 22 full-time guys, and then we have roughly 25 volunteer members.
Oh, okay. I got
Long Beach.
You see behind us, that's the 24-hour engine. And then we staff a ladder truck during the day.
Right.
And then we have what's called a volunteer duty crew program at night. That's 7 days a week. And so between them and us tonight, there's 11 of us on.
How do the volley guys get along with the paid guys?
No issues.
No indifferences.
See, in my town, it's one paid engine and the rest are volleys, and I don't know how good they get along. not too
Don't
well.
get me wrong. We've had our issues in the past, but we worked really hard to resolve all that. And,
That's good.
Considering Sorrento's burnt to the ground the other day, probably not too good, you know.
There's another fire in Long Beach.
Yeah, two
Swinging a
fires.
miss, he struck him out.
Two fires in one day, bro.
my God.
Wait, it wasn't just Sorrento's though. I heard it was like 4 or 5 stores on that row.
No, let's not exaggerate. It was 2 stores. It was
okay.
a tattoo place in Sorrento's, and then they had a private dwelling later on in the day, blowing out the windows.
I saw that
was a
too.
big one.
Right in Long Beach. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so let's go. Let's jump over to Texas.
We got
Yeehaw.
Pearson Fire Department.
Pete, why don't you ask him where he's from?
What's this Pearland that I hear?
Where are you from there, Greggy? Give us a little up down on the Texas over there, buddy.
Well, we're from Pearson, Texas, apparently, for the uninitiated. Pearland, Texas, just south of Houston. Southeast of Houston, sorry.
Houston? And who's working tonight?
Myself, got Jeff, got the officer, Heine, Torres, and Brady.
Okay.
And
Who's
then
the senior man?
Petco's
That
floating
guy
around
right,
somewhere.
that guy to your right's got to be the senior guy right there. Is he the senior guy?
He's definitely senior.
I love it.
Does he have a walker right next to his chair?
So how'd they let a guy from Florida come over to Texas? Because last time I remember you were in Florida.
We didn't know he was from Florida. I lied.
Yeah, it was from Florida.
I left Florida man off my application.
Yeah. So what are you guys running over there? You guys are in a single engine there too? What do you got going?
We got, 5 on tonight? 5 engines?
Yeah.
5 engines, 30 guys, 35 guys on a shift, about 130 guys overall. 4 on the rig tonight and 2 on the medic unit.
So you got 4 on your engine tonight. And how many guys are in your firehouse right now?
6.
6 guys.
6 guys in your firehouse. You're running the engine and an ambulance.
And then an extra tower. Yeah, we're running 4 engines, 2 ladder trucks.
Wow. All right.
So, Coobs, you knew him prior to this?
We'll talk about that. We went away to what was it? Rail? No, what school was it?
Oh, you guys went to Rail or something together, right?
Pueblo. What was that one? Rail car?
Yeah, it was one of the specialist courses out there. We're checking. You've been to the class, Lou, out there in Pueblo?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm walking into the hotel and I see this guy. Vinny, I think it was Charlie was with you. The guy with the sack face on his arm, and I want to say it was Vinny was wearing a Charlie shirt. And I said, "Oh, you guys," I said, "You guys on the rig?" They're like, "Yeah." And they said, "Nice cyclings, Elvis." Nothing else. And just kept on talking around. And then the next day, we're in class, and I'm sitting next to Kevin. He looks over, and he looks just perplexed, like he's lost something. And he's just friendly. He's like, "Hey, man," I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Have you seen my fart?" And I'm like, "What is wrong with this guy?" And he leans over and he just farts. And he goes, "Never mind, it's not I was sitting on it the whole time." You know? And it was
He's an animal. He's like an orangutan.
It was the Kevin and Vinny show for the rest of the time.
Animale. Oh my God.
I don't even know. By walking, I go, "Dude, have you seen my font? I can't find it." I go, "There it is. Got it. Found it." Oh my God!
You guys came up to the firehouse, correct? If I remember right, did you guys come up?
Yeah, I went up back in 2010, and then 2011
I remember that.
I was out there.
I remember
guys
that.
from my department back in Florida.
Yeah. Oh, that was the Florida guys. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about so there's a guy that you knew from 103. He's the biggest buff in the world, and he's there with a guy from
Viv.
the Viv, but he's there with who was the other guy? His uncle was bigwig on the fire department, but he was in Port Authority. His uncle was like a deputy, like a big high chief, but he decided to take the Port Authority test. So one day, me and Greg, you had to wear the hard hats in that class. So we grab his hard hat, bro. Tilly, close your ears. I don't want you to hear this, Tilly.
Oh boy.
Close your ears.
Oh,
so we
boy.
take
You
his
dipped
hard hat.
it. You dipped it.
We dip a whole ball bag around the whole rim of his helmet. We take turns. I do it, pass it over to Greg. He put it back on the rack, and the whole day now he's sweating, and me and him are rolling on the floor.
Oh shit, that's great.
Oh yeah,
Fucking Ball Brothers.
Does he know it? Does he know it yet? Or he's gonna
now
find
he
out
does.
after- Now
probably
he
does
right?
now.
Yeah. Nice.
So we have one more group in here, and someone's got a funny helmet on in this.
It's like a Martian.
Who is
that
this?
guy?
Who is this
Come on.
guy? And your camera's crooked, Tank. Come on, you're a pro by now.
Do what now?
Do what?
What do you got there now, Tank? Give us a little rundown of your crew over there, bro, with those lovely
I
drapes.
got myself. I got my sister Lisa here, and we found this guy on the street, so we brought him in. His name's Jose. And I think he's going to work out, but we got some technicalities to get through though.
Yeah, like
Come on,
man.
Come on, man.
does he ride with that helmet? Does he ride the short yellow bus by any chance?
Unfortunately, he's not the right contract for us.
Have you caught him licking the windows at all?
Correct.
Now, do they ride with you?
So they're full time for their department, but they run with the department that I volunteer with. So these guys are first due at my house if I have an emergency. So this is my people.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
You got the Martians first due.
I got
Right.
the Martians first due.
The man
I'll say
from
the
Mars is first
Novena
due.
for you tonight, bro.
Yeah.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, whose curtains you think are better, Tanks or Louis?
Those curtains were gonna come out in the demo.
I don't know.
Correct.
Is wrong. And he did the wrong thing.
He did it.
Oh my God.
Yep. All right. So, anybody got any questions over there? Fire them away, bro. What do you got? Anybody? Hello?
Cricket.
No. All right. You got any questions from the chat?
Okay, it's been a great night, guys. Everybody, show's been brought to you by GettingSaltyApparel.com.
So I'm gonna ask the Jersey guys what how many runs do you guys do? 24 or like per month, or how do you guys count?
So we do generally about 2,200 runs a year, and then obviously you guys know as well as we do. Day to day, it fluctuates.
Right.
Usually the average is anywhere between 6 and 8 runs a tour. Yesterday they did 24 runs.
Oh shit.
They did like 4. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's some close.
That's the house, or that's the company? What is that?
Yeah, this company right here.
All right.
24 runs yesterday? That's a busy day, man.
Yeah, it is.
And how about you, Greg? What do you guys? What's a normal day or week or month?
We're job time over here. Don't even talk about it.
Follow the smoke, bro. I know.
Yeah.
48 hours at a time.
Yeah, 48 hours at a time down here. I don't know. We average, the department averages what, about 11,000 a year? About 11,000 calls a year. So
Mostly in there.
I don't talk about that shit.
What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
He said it was for EMS.
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
Well, listen. We all know the deal, right? I mean, at this point, it's the majority. Even in the FDNY, there's a lot of EMS. So,
Yeah. How many EMS were you running over in 290?
I mean, I think they're over. They're close to 3,000 now a year.
9,000 in their one.
3,000 EMS runs. They're
Yep.
doing probably 7,000 runs total. So, do the math. It's probably in the 20s a day, 15 to 20 maybe. That's
great.
just one company. That's one company. But I think most of the engines are doing that much, at least 2,000 EMS. I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers in a while, but I know it's definitely 2,000.
Now, Greg, you guys work 24s, or what do you work there?
We work 48, 96. So 2 days on and 4 days off.
You work 48 hours straight?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you sit there with the same guys for 48 hours?
Yeah.
Sit around with Greg for 48
Yeah, 48 hours.
Oh, my God.
You guys are so lucky.
Better on day
Yeah.
two.
Yeah,
Day two.
Point stuff really,
Does it get better looking?
What's that, Lou?
All right, so
I
We
said,
do-
does it get better looking the second morning?
we do have some questions. We do have some questions from.
Yeah.
We do have some questions from the chat here. A couple of them. Well, I think I'm going to hit everybody with this first one here. What advice do your different departments have for a new firefighter? Let's start with our Jersey boys over here.
So if you guys got a new firefighter today, what would you start out with? Like, what would you be doing with the guy overall?
I'll work together, training them. They get a Proby book. We'll go over it step by step through the way. They get the 90-day probation period, and
like what's his advice? Like, he's going to go over the rig. Obviously, he's going to do a compartment a day. Like,
the book kind of encompasses all of that.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like the fundamentals of our department and all that.
So what do you guys do? You take a written test and a physical to get on your job? How does it work?
So we're a civil service department, so it's all regulated through the Civil Service Commission, New Jersey State Civil Service Commission.
Right.
So there's a written part first. If you pass that, you move on to the physical part, and then from there you're placed on it's called a list of eligibles, and then you're hired in order of that how you finish on the list.
Right. So how many guys total in the department?
Where we're at?
Yeah.
22 full time.
Nice.
22 full time. So how long? You guys don't get a new Proby and then too often, do you?
No, these two guys right here, the two newest guys, and you guys are coming up on what, like 10 months.
Which guy did that? Pull up bigger. Who's the biggest?
10 months. I've been there. You guys are 10 months.
Us too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are bops, huh? Holy shit!
That's our senior guy in the back nodding.
Yeah, I seen him there. How has it been? Have you guys had any jobs? What do you like? How's things going?
Yeah, we're pretty busy here consistently as well.
Yeah.
Nice. So how about our boys in Texas there? How do you guys handle your new guys, and what's really a good piece of advice to give to the new guys?
Well, I say the best advice is don't worry about it. You're going to suck for the first year.
Yeah.
Bare minimum. Just show up, do the work, grind really hard, and learn how to do it, because you're going to suck. You are.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
So show up and shut up.
Yeah.
Show up and shut up.
I tell them it's your job the next year, but don't fuck up more than once in the same thing.
All right.
Is he too close to the mic?
Maybe. I'm going to try to fix his mic here. Hold on a second. If there's anything I could do. Just coming in a little low. All right. Let me just hit automatically adjust. There you go. All right. Let's give that a try again. I'm sorry. Tell us again.
Yeah, Greg, you broke up there, Greg. No, not you, Greg.
That was gold.
Oh, we missed it. Next.
Yep, sorry.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Messed it up.
No, we were saying for new guys, just don't understand you're going to suck for the first year. Show up every day, get your job done, and then, like Greg was saying, Greg, work hard, listen, and learn.
Yeah, make mistakes. That's what your first year is all about, making mistakes and learn from them. None of us showed up the first day any good at our jobs. We thought we knew everything, but get out there, make the mistakes, and put the time in, and you'll get good at it.
Don't keep making the same mistake.
Yeah, don't keep making the same
Learn
mistake.
from your mistakes. Make new mistakes.
Nice.
My parents did that the first time. That's when I'm only child.
All right, and Tank and also Tank and family from our Tennessee crew. What do you guys have to say to the new guys?
So for my department, what we do, how we hire, we usually don't hire people that are fresh. So we hire people that already have most of their state certs, so they're pretty familiar with the job already. But they usually do like a 2-week, 8-hour orientation, so they can get with each captain on each shift and each crew and kind of learn how each different shift operates, how the department operates as a whole, and then they get assigned to their 24-hour shifts after that. And whoever they get with kind of goes into a little further how that specific shift operates, and they just roll with it. We don't get a lot of, like I said, so probies really aren't what we get. Everybody has some sort of knowledge and some sort of certification. So it's just really getting them adapted to how we operate versus how the whole job operates. For the family here, they work full-time for a different department, so it's a little different for them. So Sister Lisa can tell y'all about that.
So our situation is kind of unique, and I'm gonna probably blow some minds with this. So we are a career department. We're missing 3 of our members. So you can add that up. That's not much, right? We work Monday through Friday. We start at 7:30 in the morning, and our tour of duty ends at 15:30. And in those 8 hours, we support 5 volunteer departments in our county. Our county is like 395 square miles, with 34 of that being actual land. So we have a lot of water in Roane County. But with all that being said, is that we also have to hire with experience. I came from a city department over to where I am now. I gave them 13 years of my life. So the way that this organization does it is we hire good people. And what I mean by that is we hire coachable people. We need people that are qualified, but we need people that are coachable. Because as soon as you take that job and you get it, you pass through the fire board, you get all your stuff done. Your first day, you're rolling out the first new engine automatically. There is no grace period. There is no, we'll break you in. When the tones drop, you're going interior first day. And we don't have all this backup to say, well, you know, you can go in on this guy's shirt tails. It's wide ass open from the get-go. So Philip's been with us for a couple of years now, and I think he can relate by saying that, he's been with us for almost a year now. And he can relate by saying, no sooner than he got here, we got him outfitted for gear, and he was rolling out on the engine first due. Automatically. So we're a very aggressive fire department. So for the new guys, just depends on where you go. My suggestion is talk to the guys where you want to get hired. We told our new guys point blank, get ready to get your shit kicked in, because it's exactly what's going to happen. And they adapted well. So we hired people that are adaptable, and that's just how we do it.
So I see that Tank, your sister, got all the brains in the family. Wow, I love it.
She just blew my mind.
Holy shit.
Mamma mia.
I've been doing this business for 15 years now. I'm a quiet person, I really am, but when it comes to the fire service, I take this very seriously. So I'll open up about it. And the way we do things, where we're from, is not, 15 people rolling out on a first due alarm.
Yep.
We go and go and go, and there's not many of us.
If we get 15 people on a working structure fire, no how small or how big it is, it's a miracle.
That's a big if. We may, Monday through Friday, including my engine company, our rescue truck, and our 2 support trucks, we may have a total of 8 to 9 people for a working structure fire. And that's usually with 3 of us included. That's it.
And that depends on if I'm off shift for my full-time department.
Correct.
That's crazy. Wow, dude.
So, wow. Greg, when you were in Florida, was that the same type of thing? Like, you have to get all your certifications, right, in Florida, and then you go from department to department and you try to get hired with all your certifications?
Yeah. Florida, you got to get your certifications, then try to get hired. So it's a bunch of guys that already have the certs to get on the job down there. So it's some departments like Miami-Dade will hire, like Miami-Dade, Jacksonville will hire you without certifications. But every other place you have to be a firefighter EMT, and most places have to be a firefighter preparator.
Now, did you take a test to get in over in Texas there, or you just came there the same way with your certifications?
They saw the mustache and the sideburns and said, "Come on aboard."
They saw the mustache.
They said, "This guy's got 30 fucking years." No, it was the same process. You take a test, written test, physical test, interviews, and then they call you. They want to hire you.
Right. Then they saw the mustache.
And they saw the mustache. It didn't hurt. It was under the qualifications.
Right. Yeah.
No.
All right. Should I go to chats, guys?
No, I want to ask the guys I want to ask them their riding positions if they're similar. How do you guys ride? So you in the engine? Let's go to Jersey. In the engine, you guys get a run. How many guys are jumping on that rig right now to go out to report of a fire?
So we got 5 guys on the rig tonight. You got your operator, your boss, and then you got a nozzleman, control guy, and you got your basic hydrant layout position.
Do you guys rotate those positions?
Yeah, we do weekly. So our 3 set of tours will switch, and then it's just a constant rotation.
Oh, so the boss doesn't come down and determine who's getting what at the beginning of the tour?
No. So it's like I said, it's a constant rotation. You can just start from your beginning, the tour's laid out from the beginning of the year. You can have a schedule, but you pretty much know weekly what you're coming in to do.
Really? So the new guy could walk in and he can have the nozzle on his first tour if he's in the right rotation and catch a job his first tour in on the nozzle.
Yeah.
Shit.
And that's all you guys are doing, that the A, B, C shifts? Like, is that
Yeah,
the same?
yeah.
So you have all your own stuff? Is that right? If I remember right, like you guys have all your condiments or your own pots, or what,
Yeah,
what
that's
gets shared?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
What about you, Greg? You guys have ABC shift too, like that?
Yeah, we got A, B, C shift. You got the 3 lockers behind us, and then
Oh shit! Look at that.
Pantries.
Pantries.
I don't know why he calls them lockers. They're pantries.
But you have all the stuff that you use. All your stuff is in there, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So if you wanted to pick the
weird
lock,
thing.
what are you? A shift? What? A or B? What are you guys?
A shift. The best shift.
So if you wanted to go and B shift locker, pick the door, take a shit in their coffee cans, you could do that, right? Is that unheard of, or is that frowned upon?
Unheard of.
Never happens. Yeah. What about you, Tankamus? You guys are what? Running what? What shift? Well, your sister said you guys run what? 5 days a week?
Yeah, their organization's Monday through Friday. My organization, we're A, B, and C shift, and I'm C shift, the redheaded stepchildren.
The redheaded stepchildren of C shift.
It's always C shift.
Always.
Now, when
you
you
guys,
go ahead, Louis.
I was going to say, do you guys have the same with the rig designations with the engine? With the nozzle, all that stuff.
So for us, I am the iron guy, the can guy, the nozzle guy. When we get a fire, I have a designated driver, my officer, and myself on a truck, and our fourth guy. He'll bring the second piece, whether it's an aerial device or another engine, and they'll usually lay the line in. But when he gets to the scene, he'll get with me and back me up. But for the first few minutes, it's me and the officer going to town.
That's crazy.
What's going on, Pearland? What are you guys laughing about?
His phone is blowing up, and I said, probably the chief.
Get the hell offline now.
All right, we got you.
What do you guys run, Greg? You guys have this set positions when you come in, or how does it work?
Yeah, you got the driver and the officer, and then we rotate from the back of the rig to the medic unit every other tour. We run a nozzleman and a plugman. The nozzle guy is usually less experienced guy, unless you have 2 experienced guys, and they just kind of flip a coin and say, figure out where they want to ride. But so we run 4 in an engine.
So you got the plugman, who I guess he's hooking up with the what do you call him, the chauffeur or the operator? The operator.
Only if we're catching a plug on the way in, but that's usually not the norm.
Yeah, he's carrying your irons in the 4th door, and he's your control guy, helping host for the nozzle guy and the officer.
So the nozzle man's operating the nozzle by himself. Who's backing him up? Does he have a backup or?
So you usually have your plugman that he's helping up some hose, but usually it's your nozzleman on the line by himself. I mean, you'll have the officer there, and you'll also have your plugman go in, once the second in comes in. But
it's Texas. We're not wussies.
All right.
Wow.
I only heard 2 things about Texas. Steers and queers. You know what I mean?
Come on down, Louis.
I don't see no horns on you, man.
I don't know, Jersey. You gonna take that shit, Spider?
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Pete, you had a question from the chat, Pete? What do you got?
Yeah. There's all kinds of questions from the chat. A lot of guys are wondering what the main types of structures you guys are working on, in each place. Let's go to Tank and Family first. What kind of structures you guys mainly working on?
Single-story, single-family dwellings. Each of our cities has a section that is like a couple weeks ago when you were doing the training from the table, talking about Queen Anne style houses. We have Harriman, where I live and grew up, they have a whole neighborhood of those. The city that I work in, we have one street that is literally nothing but them for like 9 blocks. And then in the county where we all work together, it's usually just single-story, single-family dwellings, a lot of mobile homes, and then down on the river, we'll get 3 or 4 story $1 million mansions.
Wow.
Nice.
That we're still fighting with 8 or 9 people.
Wow.
How about Jersey? What kind of structures?
Pretty much. We range from manufacturing industrial parks to row homes to 2.5 story frames to regular lives, platforms, and then balloon frame. We pretty much have everything, man. To be honest, yeah.
You guys have any 6-story or
we got
apartment type buildings, H's?
Yeah, we got 2 high rises. Oh, well, 3 really. 2 of them are in the same complex, and then we got a 5-story senior living facility. And then we got a trailer park. Like I said, we pretty much have. We're very diverse.
Sweet. All right, Greg, what do you guys got over there, fella?
We got everything. Trailer parks, mid-rises, we hired the one for our city, and old folks on manufacturing, everything. We got it all.
Yeah, we're taxpayers. So they'll get a kick out of that.
Senior living place over there. Yeah, we got a senior living place. We have like 8. Yeah, we're real excited about that. Yeah, we got it all.
Yeah.
We can hear the other guys better.
I think Greg is too close to the mic. That's
to
why
the mic. Yeah. It's like a little. It's coming in a little.
When you're underwater.
Hey, Greg, that's code for you too ugly. You're taking up too much of the screen. I want you to move back.
We heard that one.
Greg, you never look better, Greg. You look great.
Back it up, bro. Back it up.
Now, I want to ask Jersey a question. So you guys turn out for a phone alarm for a fire. How close is the next company over, and how far could you guys possibly be responding? Because as we're doing this new segment, the Trumpet Jones and Fuego, I'm going through a lot of video, and sometimes I'm watching guys it was Pennsylvania, and these guys were driving. And I swear to God, they must have been driving for 15 minutes. I'm like, holy shit, these guys aren't even at the box yet. I'm 15 minutes into this YouTube video, and they're not even at the box. So how far do you guys drive, and how close are your next 2 units?
So Pennsauken itself is roughly 12.5 square miles, and we're kind of tucked away in like the southeastern portion of it. But we can hit the furthest point from where we're at in say 5 minutes, depending on traffic. Obviously, it's a little bit harder to do, but so we're in the south end, and then the other staff company's up in the northern end, and then we kind of cross in the middle.
Right.
That's how we make the difference.
So now, let's say you get a phone alarm for a fire, what's the closest truck company? Do you have a truck company or a lot of company?
Yeah, but we're surrounded by mutual aid towns. In Cherry Hill, we talked about Camden. They all have truck companies. They're on our box as well. If it's a job or something.
So what's the assignment turning out on a phone alarm? You getting how many engines? How many trucks? Chief, what do you get?
You get 3, 2, and a chief, just about.
Oh, so it's like us, 3, 2, and a chief. Do you guys have any special units? Do you have a squad? Do you have a rescue? Anything like that that's coming out as
We
well?
don't do rescue, but our engines are basically what you would consider a squad. We just don't call them that. We call them engines. We're this particular firehouse. We're responsible for the marine unit, the foam assets, if you will, the foam tender we call it. I don't know what you guys call it all over the country, but and then we staff the swiftwater component. That's all part of our county's task force assignment. So there's a swiftwater task force, a foam task force. So we're responsible for a component of that task force.
And how about you, Chuckles, in the middle? Yeah, I see a Chuckles.
If we're catching a cross-town job, and we could be, 15-minute travel time? Yeah, a little under 15-minute travel time. We cover 48 square miles in the city, but then cover 75 miles overall in the surrounding areas.
Wow. Did you say 5-0?
No, 15 minutes.
Oh, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Right?
15 minutes.
I'm like, holy man.
15.
15. That's still a long response.
No, it's still a long time, is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're used to getting on the rig and running down the street, and hopefully you don't, somebody's not trying to beat you in Brooklyn over there, right?
Oh my God.
Somebody's coming down.
2 minutes. You got 2 minute time. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
6 blocks, 8 blocks, 10 blocks. That's it.
Yeah. So what do you got turning out on a phone alarm, Greg? How many units you got rolling on let's say a structural fire, a phone alarm for a fire?
It all depends on who's closer. We don't have an assigned truck that goes, but we have a truck on the west side and the east side. So generally, if a box drops, the truck's going. But it's 4 heavy, so 3 engines and possibly a truck, and then a medic unit, a battalion chief, and our squad, which is an EMS supervisor.
So if you guys get on the scene and there's no truck, there's a good chance that 2 engines or 3 engines will show up before a truck. Is somebody given the task of search, event and search, and who's given that task?
We go by order of arrival. First goes fire attack, second duo will take primary, and then third duo operates as a truck where they'll go to the roof and vent if they need to, or handle the outside vent and stuff like that. So everybody here kind of knows the jobs of both companies.
Right. That's, you know what, Rufy, you always say it, man. We're so spoiled. We kill with manpower, right? You got 3-2 rescue squad and the Chiefs coming in, and
it gives a second alarm. It could have
these
amount of companies in 2 minutes.
These guys are juggling and slipping into different roles as they pull up, right? It's amazing. What about you, Tank? How do you guys roll?
So our longest response in our city is 6 minutes, and if we go to a mutual aid fire, 15 at the most. And if we got a call for a working fire, we're sending 1 engine with 4 people, and that's all we're guaranteed. And then, so a mutual aid city, depending on their staffing, they'll send a truck if they have the appropriate staff. If not, they're going to send 2 guys and an engine, and they're 15 minutes out. So we get there, it's balls to the wall, and you see it. I'm me and maybe 1 other guys attack, primary, secondary, overhaul, salvage. That's how it goes. So, and that's all we're guaranteed. We rely heavily on callbacks and guys coming in off duty, and like the mutual aid department's coming 15 minutes away. So that's on a good day, in a perfect world, we're going to have 4 or 5 guys coming off duty, 3 guys coming from the neighborhood city with their truck, and but for the first 10 to 15 minutes, it's just balls to the wall. Everybody's doing everything. But for the family here, it's completely different. So I'll let them blow your mind again.
Take it away, Philip, chauffeur.
As Lisa said earlier, we're kind of like a supplemental department that we go through. We supply the entire volunteer departments in our county. So our station is centrally located in the county as much as possible. Our response, since we literally consider or called all mutual aid, since we're backing up these volunteer departments, is our response can be anywhere from 30 seconds all the way up to upwards of 50 to an hour, just to get somewhere down here in the deep parts of the county here. Because I'm trying to take a 24-foot engine down all these back roads, and some of them, they get a little hairy, so I got to slow real far down. And they're winding and going back and forth and everything like that. So we get there as fast and as safe as possible. So it ranges from, I can be there in a minute to an hour. So if we get lucky and we get a job that's real close, then we're great. But if we're going to the depths of the county, we're looking 45 minutes, an hour away probably sometimes. And if we get on scene, it's usually balls to the walls. We're sitting there trying to do as much as we can to get that sucker put out.
Right.
With unguaranteed help.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. Like, we roll out guaranteed with 1 engine company with 3 personnel, a boss seat, a chauffeur, and a rear-facing firefighter. One rescue with 1 person and 2 support trucks, and they don't fight fire. And that's all that's guaranteed. So whatever we roll with beyond that, great. But there's been many times where we are primary attack, primary search, secondary search. We're the vent team. We're the salvage team. We're the recovery team. Whatever has to be done. It's nothing for either one of us to put 6 and 7 bottles down. And that's true work. In out, in out, in out, in out. Because that's what our citizens deserve. We're going to do the job. So
I got to tell you, I want an old school tip of the day from Lisa tonight, bro.
Okay,
so
dude, I think she just told you. 6 or 7 jobs,
just
6
wanna-
or
I
7
just-
bottles. It don't matter. We're going to do the job. That's
I
all
just
you need
want to
know,
say
man.
that they're going wild for you, Lisa, in the chat. And we even got a super chat here that said, Tank's sister hit a walk-off with that speech tonight. Great job. And I even think that, now come to think of it, we have this little clip in the beginning of the show. And I think you're the one screaming, tell them to put the fucking fire out. Tank, your sister's a badass, dude. What is going on over there?
Yeah.
It's for me, for being the way I am, and this is advice that I got. It's sink or swim. And when you walk into this business as a female, you sink or you swim.
Wow.
Period.
Yeah, good point.
Let me just say, I want to ask you I want to understand what you were saying. So you guys work straight days, Monday through Friday, and all you do, you're paid. You supplement the volunteer companies. Is that how that works?
Correct.
I got that right? Wow. Okay.
And the 5 of us that work with our department, we're on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Now, there's nothing saying that we have to answer every single page after hours, but we try really hard to get back and serve our community to do so. So, I mean, it's nothing for us to throw down 106, 110, 115 hours in a 2-week pay period because we keep coming back.
No,
because they tone us.
You're on call as a paid, or when you leave, you're on call as a volley?
No, if we get called back in, we get paid.
Oh, okay. So you do the day shift, and then if
Correct.
they have something that comes in, I guess you have a pager like a volley. You get called back.
Correct.
Okay, I got you.
Tank, is that a common thing, like around the country? Like, would you know it?
It is over here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as far as where I've been to, around pretty much places that touch us and states that touch us. That's kind of a common thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, 21 Truck in the chat is asking if Lisa drinks whiskey.
She's from Tennessee, bro.
I'm just saying.
We have Jack Daniels right here in the state. Of course.
Nice. Beautiful.
Of course.
Listen, 21 Truck Tillman's not allowed to ask any questions because he was going to come on tonight, but he wasn't allowed. His chief didn't let him come on tonight. Nah, I love that guy. He's good. He sends me a lot of stuff for the other show.
I want to ask Jersey guys. So how do they work? I'm totally in the dark, so bear with me. How do you work mutual aid? Like if Camden, or if you need Camden, like how does that work? The chief calls for it and then they call? Like how does that work?
All of our responses are built out through the 4th alarm.
Oh, so Camden, wherever that box is, it's already, even if it goes over the line.
Those companies are already pre-designated. Your mutual aid is considered automatic aid. Those are already built out all the way through the 4th alarm. And then if it goes beyond that, it really becomes like the dispatcher's discretion to kind of fill in the holes.
And you think that's pretty much how it would be for the most part anywhere, then mutual aid. If the chief calls for a 2nd alarm, a 3rd alarm, 4th alarm, it just keeps bumping, and whether it moves into the mutual aid guys, then that's how it works.
That's right.
Yeah. Cool.
Now, do you guys get mutual aided over to Camden as well? Do you guys?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, so you guys are seeing
There, they come here.
Nice. I like it.
It's reciprocal. So everybody that we do mutual aid with, we go there, they come here.
All right, one more question. Who's the quiet guy in the back with his hands? No, the other guy, the other officer. Who's that guy in the back? You don't say much, but he looks at.
We got rid of one of the Johns, so you can
variety.
All right, mixing and matching a little bit. I like it. Yep. So you know what, Ruffy? The biggest thing that I learned from this show, man, is that there's a lot of different ways that the fire department works, bro. We're so fixated on how we do it here in New York City, but these guys out there in the rest of the country, man, are busting their ass, with little manpower. It's amazing to me how they have to be cross-trained, number one, because like Greg was saying, you guys could come in, you have to operate as a truck, right? So, in New York City, if you're an engine, 99% of the time you're humping hose or you're putting out the fire. But these guys in the rest of the country, man,
of the time.
Yeah, these guys in the rest of the country are doing everything, basically, It's amazing to me.
Well, we said that, when we first started doing the shows, we met a lot of guys, early on from all around the country. And again, when we first started, if you told me you were putting a line in the window, you know what I thought. But now I changed my thinking to that. We've talked about that on the show. Is that fact that you can't show up a half hour into a fire and finally get there with 4 guys and 1 tanker or something and expect to do
right.
incredible. You're not walking on water. You know what I'm saying? So you can only do what you can do. So
they do a lot. They do a lot with a little. These guys,
with a little,
really, yeah.
We show up with 50 guys in 2 minutes. So it's for us to say, to put a line in the window is obviously something we don't, we don't do.
How many more guys can we get in there?
Oh my God, at least 5 more. 5 more. Squads here. Yeah.
Smother with bunking here. Oh, by the way, the word of the day is Pete. The word of the day is me. That's right.
Oh, I salute. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Looking in the chat here. There was a question way back that was asking everybody like how they all kind of like chill after a hard shift, like meaning like I guess everyone has their own way to decompress on the job, which is kind of important too. So how does everyone like to when they're on the job, when they're off the job, are you guys thinking about the job, or when you get off the job, do you like totally deal with other stuff? I'll go to Texas first.
Do Texas, yeah.
I know Brady here makes money with Bitcoin or Dogecoin. He's over there getting rich on the days off.
To the moon, bro. To the moon.
Right, the easy street. He's like, oh, you had a rough shift. I just made $50,000 and goes to bed. I know Torres here runs a nonprofit for autistic kids with his wife. So he does that on his days off and works the land up there and helps out with the neighbors up there. You need a house.
Torres, what is that? What is that nonprofit organization? Throw it up.
Yeah, give us a shameless plug.
Put it up there. People throw it out.
So it's called Elijah's Retreat. It's a nonprofit retreat center for families with autistic children. So it's 50 acres and 3 cabins, about to be 4 cabins. And there's playgrounds and horseback riding and fishing and hiking and all kinds of stuff. And families come out, they stay in the cabins and just have a vacation and just some down easy time. Because it's very difficult for families with autistic children to go on vacation and do these types of things because it's difficult to go on vacation with an autistic kid. And so it's just a place for them to go where it's real easy for them to do it. So yeah.
What's it called again? Is it the Righteous Retreat?
Elijah's Retreat.
Oh, Elijah's Retreat. Okay.
And can people donate to that? Can we send in donations to that?
Yeah, you can donate to it. Absolutely.
Yeah. What's the Pete? Can you throw that up there? Is there a website?
I'm looking for it right now.
Sorry, do you have a website?
Yeah, Elijah'sRetreat.com.
All right, throw that up
there. Please.
Yeah, sweet. What about the lieutenant back there? Is he a lieutenant, right, or a captain?
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
He relaxes doing mortgages, which I don't know how relaxing that is, but no, he spends time with his wife and 2 kids. You guys are going camping this weekend, right?
Yeah, we're going to. We just signed up for a deer lease. I always stress and talk to people and say, man, work-life balance. To me, being able to disconnect and enjoy time away from the fire station, away from the fire service, and enjoy time with the family, whether it's out camping, with our camper, or going to the deer lease or something outdoors. That's important to me, and that's where I can decompress and kind of let the steam off and let it blow. And of course, have a drink or 2. But for me, that's what's important.
Sweet. And what about the last guy over there? The guy hiding in the corner, the senior guy.
Yeah, my wife runs a bar. Your wife runs a bar? Your wife runs a bar? She runs a bar. How did I not know? She doesn't own the bar. So I just hang out at the bar, found some beers and whiskey.
Oh, so who's better?
You talking to someone? Yeah.
We're going to decompress with this guy.
No, that's decompression. That's what I'm doing.
I just get drunk.
So now we know where we're going to hang out. We come to Texas. All right, so let's go over to Jersey. What do you guys do over there, fellas? Give it a little quick.
So some guy, we hang out outside of work a lot. Got a couple guys work secondary jobs. Fire department softball team. A lot of us play on. Some guys like to go golfing, go down the shore. It's a 2-hour ride from here, if that.
Sweet.
Yeah, we stick together a lot outside of the firehouse.
That's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, like, you guys go to the Jersey Shore. That's a real thing.
Oh yeah.
Which one's Snooky?
Which one of you guys gym tan laundry all day?
Where's Jay Wow?
Nice,
What was the other
nice.
situation? Right? What was
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon's the situation. That's his nickname. The situation.
All right, Sitch.
All right, Tank, give it to us. Besides drinking whiskey, Jack Daniels, what do you like doing back there?
Go ahead.
The way I decompress after, I don't talk about I don't think about the fire department while I'm off work. I usually spend my time either relaxing at home with my friends or working on vehicles, stuff like that. We also spend a lot of time at the dirt track every week, work on the race car and stuff like that. So that's what I do.
Nice.
Lisa,
Young lady?
whatever time you have left, you're putting in 110 hours every.
Hold on a second. I'm like preparing myself for this answer right now. I'm actually a little. I'm actually a little
I
scared.
promise, it's really not.
I'm working on a cure for cancer, and then
Wash your damn gear. There, I'll say that much. But anyway.
Either that or she's a machine gun hobbyist on the weekends.
I do too.
I told you.
We're from
I
Tennessee.
told you.
We
Yeah.
can do that stuff.
Yeehaw.
all right. So what do you do? Quick, now that we're stealing your time.
Oh, no, you're good. Well, I struggled with actually separating myself from the fire service for well over 10 years, and that caused a lot of problems with me and my family. And I've been on a journey for the past year figuring out how to separate from the fire service. And what I've done is, when I leave, I go home until the pager goes off. But at that time, we kind of do get that option to say, no, I'm going camping this weekend with my family, or I'm going to go out on the kayaks. We're going to go for a drive. We've just really started saying we're going to do this. And even if the pager goes off, we're not going back. And we all struggled with not being able to separate. And I'm telling you, I struggled for 10 years with that. And I'm just a year in of being able to say, this is life. That's the fire service, even though it's who I am. So
Well, that takes a little bit of time too. When you first do anything, you're excited. Whatever group you're in, whatever you're doing, that's all you think about. But as time goes by, you start to realize what the priorities are. And although it is a life calling, it is still a job, quote unquote, right? Mm-hmm. So, the family always comes first. Even though the fire department is a second family, your first family, you have to make sure that that's taken care of first, always, and then everything else can line up after that.
I lived, honestly, like even in my business in television, I lived like that for 15 years. You get a call, you got to either you want to make the money and keep the client, or you don't. Right. So you get that call and you were out the door, and I've disappointed my family on a million occasions myself. So I can kind of relate to that, and honestly, until I got to the point where I was like, you know what? No, it's my kid's birthday. Screw you, Fox News. I'm busy today. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what Geraldo wants to do today.
Geraldo?
Yeah. Worked with him for 10 years.
Is that when he was opening the safe?
Yeah. I worked with him a little while after that.
Yeah.
Like usual, or giving away our military secrets.
Safe with that.
Let's get
I
Tank
can relate with that, man. What's up, Tank?
What do you got really quick? What's yours?
So I love to, me and Carrie just go driving through the mountains, to different places. We like to go see so dams are our thing. We have the Tennessee Valley Authority that has a bunch of dams with their power plants and stuff. We just like going to see those. It's pretty random. But driving and just spending time with her, hanging out, spending time with the family here. I love to cook and I love to host people at my home. So that's what I do. I just supply my mind with other things. And
you're a damn buff.
Another job. Do what?
You're a damn buff. I don't mean damn buff. I mean
damn buff.
It's pretty funny, but yeah. So I just I like to host people. I've always been the dad of the friend groups through every stage of my life, and so that's what I do. And I love just taking care of my people and having my people with me. So that's what I do.
I like it.
Awesome.
All right, let's quick jump over to Jersey and go down the row and ask these guys what brought you to the fire service, either family or what made you want to enter into the fire service. Start with you, Brando.
Oh, so my dad was a fireman, pretty much my whole childhood, and it always stuck with me. It always resonated with me.
All right, who else? Good. Chime in.
My dad's a fireman, and he's still in the job right now.
Same city as you guys, or?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. You work with him yet? You got a chance to work with him?
He's actually fire chief.
Oh. I don't know how this works. Test? What test? There's no test for me.
Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
Just the facts.
Facts, man.
All right, shoot it around the horn. Good. Jersey, finish it up. Let's go.
Family. My dad did the 40 years in the department.
Wow, everybody's dad's in the job. Good.
I'm pretty excited, Rush. I'm gonna lie to you.
I'm a third-generation fireman. Both my father and grandfather were firemen here. My dad was on the job. He retired the same year that I got hired. We never got to work together, but both of them made it to chief of department. And
wow.
I know.
And you
Here it's family, fourth generation.
Wow.
Holy shit.
It really does,
Yep.
The more you talk to guys, even in our job, right? I mean, look at you. I mean, you got 4 guys in your family.
Yep, my 3 brothers, my dad, my uncle. Yep, and one of us was a chief, so somebody had brains, not me. I gotta hear strudels. How to get on a job? Yeah, give it to me. Well, I was watching a porn movie one day, and it came to me.
You lied to what happened. I just fell into it. My mom said, "I think you like being a fireman," because I was drunk half the time, and I said, "Let me give it a try." And here I am, 15 years later,
Still drunk.
barely a fireman.
All right. What about Bitcoin boy over there? What do you got?
My grandfather and my uncle were both firefighters, and then the college I went to after, they had an actual fire department there. I went with them, and I was back in LA.
Wow.
Very cool.
Next guy.
Torres.
You.
Yeah. So for me, my first wife passed away, and actually did CPR on her and had to call 911. And I wasn't a firefighter, wasn't in anything. And after that, I started volunteering because I wanted to, do the same thing for somebody else. And so then decided that I loved it and wanted to do it professionally all the time.
That guy right there is an interesting guy. You don't look it from the back, but he's got a lot. He's an interesting guy, that guy, man.
He's always got some story that all of a sudden everybody's like this.
I'm like this. What?
What did he just say?
He's too good of a guy. He's got to be something bad. Like, give me some dirt on him. Give me some dirt, something.
Some dirt, yeah. His last name's Torres. He doesn't speak a lick of Spanish.
Mira que pasó?
No picky patty, picky ingy.
In Texas, you don't speak Spanish? My God, that'll get you killed.
Nobody hears from Texas except for this guy.
And he speaks all the Spanish.
Really? All right. What about you, Lou? What brought you on the job?
I don't have no story or anything. I'm no legacy kid. I literally was in college to be a pharmacist, and one of my good friends in the small town that I lived in was like, "Hey, I'm assistant chief for this volley department. We need some other guys to help out when the tones go off. We don't have anybody on the truck." I was like, "Sure, I'll give it a try. What's the worst that can happen?" And sure shit, I was like, "This is badass. Let me keep going." And joined and became a career firefighter, and here I am.
You could have been a doctor.
Worst fucking decision ever. I
You could have been a pharmacist, right? Instead, you're on this shit show right here.
All right. What about you, the guy who drinks? What about the guy who owns a bar? How about that guy?
Man, I was 35. I entered fire service. Came here as a volunteer when we were all volunteered, and I just did it after my wife divorced. So I really just something to do for me, and I love it. Loved it ever since.
Look at that. How many years you got on the job, brother?
About 18 now.
Sweet. All right.
It's so funny how different guys, how you find the job, right? That's just some guys. I had no idea. You know what I mean? My best friend's whole family was on it, so that's what happened.
Yep. And then you drove me for the physical, remember?
I did.
Yeah. Then I jumped on your hood when I got 100. Came out.
I remember that.
And then did he key your car afterwards?
No, he didn't piss on my windshield.
He beat me to it. I didn't piss on his windshield or key his car, so we're good.
My word.
All right, I gotta hear. I don't hear anybody else's but Lisa's reason why she got on the job now. Give me.
Did you just put just petted my head? Anyway, okay. So legit though. So I'm a second generation. My dad was in the fire service. I grew up with fire trucks, ambulances, whatever broke in the city that we lived in and got hauled over to Dad's house. Dad fixed it. That back when I was a kid. So when I was in college, I was like, well, don't hate me for this. This may change your opinion of me. But I actually went to college to be a cop. And because my dad was a fireman, yeah, I know, right? Because my dad was a fireman, I decided I was going to join as a volunteer. Well, then that flipped my whole world upside down. Thought, well, that was way more cooler. So I actually went into the fire service full time, and I did volunteer cop work for a little while. Don't regret leaving that behind, let me tell you.
Good for you.
Fire service all the way.
Out of curiosity, why did you leave being a cop? Why did you leave that? Why did you not regret it?
She got bit by the bug, bro. Come on.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, everyone gets bit by the bug on this show, but I mean, was there a specific reason?
Just the way that being in the fire service made me feel. I mean, there's not really like a good explanation other than jumping off a fire truck to provide help.
Whole package. It's the whole
felt
package.
better than jumping out of a patrol car for me as a person.
10-4.
If that makes sense.
All right. What about the space cadet? What do you got, kid?
Actually, mine's really simple. A few years back, some guy, a guy that used to be one of my buddies, came to me and he's like, "Hey, you want to be a fireman?" I said, "Yeah." So I fell in love with it, and that's that.
Sweet. Hey, they're calling you Tankette in the chat.
Tankette. I know, right?
Dude, where you been hiding her? We should have had her as a guest on the show.
What the hell, man?
What are you doing?
No, Tank, you're hogging the freaking spotlight, bro. Let your sister come out here, man. She's a savage.
Tank,
Whenever she wants to be here.
You have any other siblings you want to unveil later on, or what?
No,
like your grandmother's an MMA wrestler or something?
maybe back in the day, not now though.
All right, Tank, what do you got? Your father was a fireman. Give it to me. What do you got?
Nah, mine's pretty super cliche. I'm just always, as far back as I can remember, and my family will tell you the same thing. I've always just been obsessed with fire trucks and firefighters, and I grew up to live out my dreams as a little boy, and I'm blessed to be here and do the greatest job on earth. So it's really as simple as that for me. When I was 13, it got a little easier because my mom married a firefighter in the city we lived in, and he's now a shift captain, and we've got to work a lot together through the years. We have to fight fire together, and to me that was really cool. And actually, when I was in high school, they started to do a junior program at that city, and so I got to join that. And the first fire I got to go on with them, I got to watch him make a grab. So that was my first fire experience, watching my stepdad make a grab, and I was hooked before then, but that was just an even more solidifying factor that I'm in the right place, and here I am 12 years later still going strong, and thankful every day I get to do this job.
It is the greatest job in the world, is it not? I mean, everybody here knows it. It's just the best job in the world, hands down. And I got to tell you one thing, Lisa, you were talking about trying to detach from the fire department. Once you become a fireman, you're always a fireman until the day you die. Like, it's just like now I'm retired for 8 years, and it's still that passion, it never leaves you. You're always a firefighter, just no matter what. If there was a job down the block, you'd be kicking the door, doing the search. It's just the way it is. know what I mean? Of course, it becomes different, when you're sitting across the table from your wife when you retire, and you're just that guy sitting across the table now, and you're not, when you walk in, and either you're the lieutenant or you're the senior guy in the place, and you feel all important, and then all of a sudden you retire and you're sitting home, and the kids are running around like mad, and the wife's looking at you like, yeah, that ain't.
You're the guy fertilizing your lawn now.
Yeah, yeah. And you're trying to throw some banter over the table, and your wife's like, yeah, this ain't the fucking firehouse.
Yeah, I was about to say. How often did you say that? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice one, Kev.
Yeah, man.
And,
What do you got?
and
Any
Mama
other-
and Mama Coobs she'll lay it on you, bro.
Oh yeah.
She ain't going easy on Kev, everybody. I'll let you know that.
Nope. That's why I married a young woman, bro.
You guys eat already?
Oh yeah, we holding you up from your meal. Who's cooking tonight anyway?
Oh, they ate already.
Jersey, you guys ate already?
Yeah, we had cheesesteaks for dinner.
Ooh.
Hey, who made that, bro?
It's a group effort.
Do you guys make them with the whiz or the other way with slices?
American.
American.
Yeah.
There you go. God bless you.
What about you, Greg? Do a little takeout tonight, or what are you doing over there?
Smoked ribs.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Come on, man.
I know it.
I know Tennessee's going to have something to say about this. All right, Tankhead. So just hold on 1 second.
Look at he's panicking over there. Look at him. He's sweating.
There's
Started
no
sweating.
shot in hell that anybody has better barbecue than Texas. I don't give a shit. I've been to Memphis. I've been to Tennessee. Y'all don't have the barbecue that Texas has. We're coming down there to do a road show. 100%.
I'm in.
Nothing touches. Nothing touches.
We
Texas
have,
barbecue.
you know what we do? We have barbecue in the firehouse, and then we go to his wife's bar, and we hang out in the bar.
Oh, absolutely.
The bar.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I wanted to ask you? In the FDNY, a lot of times it's unless you're running around and you just don't have the time to go shopping, it's like voodoo. It's to go to get takeout. Like once a week, I think on Sundays we used to do takeout just to give the guys a break. But like during the week for lunch or for dinner, it was like you had to make sure that you were going to get the meal, for lunch and dinner. Is that the same way with you guys, or do you guys do takeout a lot, or how does it generally work?
We cook every meal.
Yeah.
Breakfast,
Right.
dinner. Yeah. If we have a busy shift, like we'll go to the store in the morning, and if for some reason we can't make it to the store, they just kind of start dragging on. Because you might grab some takeout, but that's doing parts when you try to get to the
Yeah, it's
store.
pretty much.
Oh boy!
Oh, coming up!
What the hell is that? Get all excited.
Where we going? Where we going?
Who's going? Anybody going?
Take the camera with you. All right. Later, boys.
I'm just going to mute it while they pull out real quick, all right?
Yeah, no problem. No, you can leave it on. You can leave it on.
All right.
Hold on a minute.
Wow, these guys are fast. And let's see how fast they turn.
They come.
Let's see how fast they turn out. Everybody's judging right now with your judging eyes.
Judging, always looking at me, judging me, looking at me.
You got the timer on here. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
I missed that.
I was actually hoping that one of them would get a run.
Dude, how fast was that turnout, though?
Pretty quick turnout, bro. Oh, medical run?
Yeah, cardiac arrest.
Who cares about saving them lives? Where's the fire? You fucking guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, I gotta. That, in Tennessee, you guys get a lot of EMS runs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or no?
Everybody gets a lot of EMS runs.
So, all right. I gotta ask you guys: is it like? Do you get that? Is that your vibe too? You want to just go to fire and not do any EMS, or are you happy to go to EMS as well?
I'm here to go to fires. I mean, I'm here ultimately for the public too. Whatever their need is, I'm here to go to fires. And they feel the same way, I promise.
Right. I got to tell you this though, I hated when they started CFRD, and what they started in '96, Ruffy?
95,
6. We all hated it. But you know what? This is what I tell the guys all the time. We used to go on legit like that cardiac arrest, bro. You save more lives going on fucking CFR runs than you save going to fires, hands down.
And that's where you make your break your department and your reputation is how you treat your public on the calls you run all the time.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's where you really learn who you are as a man, as a woman, as a crew, and as a department. How you carry yourself is the third or fourth medical call of the day or the second one of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, how you carry yourself then is what really matters.
Yeah,
so
no doubt. And
it might suck, but it's still part of the job, and it's still our job to help those people.
Yep.
So.
And the guy, who was the guy from which guy from Texas over there said that they were working on his wife. That was him, right? Torres, right? Same thing happened with my father. My father had a heart attack and working on my father in my kitchen. And we were hoping that the engine got there in a hurry because the engine always beat the busing, hands down. So really, you know.
I worked on my father-in-law too. Same thing.
If you live in those areas, you hope those guys are coming professional and those guys are coming in a hurry because it's your family that is in need, you know? So everybody loves to go to fire.
Listen, listen, to be honest, it's, you know, where Kevin and I worked when we were in the squad, we didn't have much first due. It was a decent area. So we didn't have much EMS. And when we did go on EMS, for the most part, it was the legit, right? But I worked in East New York, Brooklyn for 8 years, and it was mayhem. And there's a lot of times it's not legit, and it'll definitely work on you. The same way, you know, any run will work on you. So the bottom line is you have to not get complacent. You really, I mean, we turned out the same way no matter what it was. Coobs knows. It did not matter. We were turning out balls to the wall every time for EMS. Believe me, I didn't want to do it all the time either, but that's how we turned out.
We used to get in trouble for going up the expressway the wrong way on EMS runs, remember? Yep. I remember this is my first CFR run on the job in Brooklyn. We pull up to the projects. It's for a cardiac condition, right? I'm ringing the fucking bells in the projects, and there's a guy sitting on the stoop smoking a cigarette. I'm like, hey, buddy, I swear to God, I go, hey, buddy.
No, everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Can you get me in this building? He goes, oh, no, you're here for the EMS run? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that's me. I'm like, well, maybe you want to. I don't know.
That was all the time.
Right?
All the time.
All
the time.
Getting that breathing treatment.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Listen, it is
So
what
how
it is.
do you fight burnout with stuff like that? In a long career.
It's tough, you know what I mean? It's really a matter of pride, right? You know, my biggest pet peeve was, you know, showing up second or third due to a box, and you know, after a long time, you know, running around all day, you don't want to get off the box for a gas leak, you know, but we would get off for every run, fully geared, 90 degrees, middle of the day.
Yep.
You know, after it's your 10th run. And like I said, I was the boss. So if I waver, everybody wavers, right? If I complain, everybody complains. So it's really up to, you know, the head to make sure that you're doing the right thing because it follows through behind you, right? So if I get off fully geared up, all my guys are going to get off the rig fully geared up every time. So
and we got that from Heavy D. We got to the squad.
Scott Murphy started that.
No matter what you got off on, I don't care if it was a gas leak or a car fire, you had your hood up, you had your mask on, you had everything. And when I used to work on details, bro, like I worked in an engine company and we'd have a car fire, guys get off without their coat, without the bottle. I was buckled up and they'd be looking at me like, I'm like,
right.
It's
how you brought up and how you continue. You know, it's a matter of pride. It's a company thing, right?
That's actually inspiring, Lou. You know what I mean? Like, no shit. Like, I could tell just by working with you in the short time we've been friends that you're a great leader, and that's honestly, like, if you're gonna do it right. You're dealing with people's lives, but also it always goes back to what Chief Steve says: be a professional.
Professional, right?
And you're a professional firefighter, but also a professional lifesaver that represents the city of New York.
Louis had to learn that lesson the hard way in the first run when we went on a pull box with Captain Murphy, right? He's all buckled up, and you're like,
yeah, he was buckled up, and here I am with 4 years on the job, looking at this guy who worked in every company that you could never even imagine the fire that the man saw, and I'm looking at him as if he's crazy because he's on a pull box, which was a bullshit box on the corner that was going to be a 9-2, a false alarm. And I'm looking at this guy like thinking, this guy's crazy. And he pops off the rig, like I was just telling you. And the 4 guys in the back who had my time or less, open coats and, all that stuff. We jump off the rig. Now we're scrambling to get our mask on, do all this stuff because he's got his mask on. He's got everything on. And he knew what he was doing. And I've said this story before. And he went over to the box, opened it up with the key, rewound it, closed the box, 9-2. And he went like this to everybody, come here, stand in front. And we all stood there. And the guy said, and I've said this, I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you've learned. From this point on, from today, you are going to respond to every box as if it's exactly what you're responding to. And you are expecting the worst every time. And from that point on, the squad was the same way. We responded the same way all the time. Legit. I'm not just blowing smoke. And then when I got promoted, I went to 290. And they were an engine that responded that way all the time. Turned out, lights and sirens, balls to the wall. Some people didn't like it. Some people thought it was too much for a gas leak or for an EMS run, or for whatever it was. But the guys responded like that for elevators. You guys go on elevators? On elevators, 90 degrees on a Saturday night at 3 a.m. Those guys, we would all be on the 7th floor, all geared up, ready to go. Because if you could go on an elevator, and it's happened before, where there was a fire on it, it comes over as an elevator, but you know how it is. What comes over on the ticket and what's actually there can be totally different. So those guys would never get off the rig without being fully geared up. And they weren't doing that 5 times a night or 10 times a night. They were doing it 20 runs in a 24 plus, and we've had guys on here that all worked, the guys that worked in these companies, that was the same way, for some companies. And if you learn the right way, it's really not much to think about. If everybody's doing it, it's really a company pride thing. And then you take pride in doing that. You take pride in showing up and looking at guys, looking at you like
you're out of your mind.
Like, why? Yeah, the way I was looking at the captain.
Oh, buff.
Yeah,
buff.
Buff. Yeah. But how many times I've had?
Only get one time, and it makes it all worthwhile.
Right, exactly.
We had a pull box. We had a pull box on a hot. It was like a weekday summer morning, just a pull box. We get there, we're all buckled up, ready to go, and the first 2 company doesn't even have their gear on. Now they're throwing it. We pull up, and there's fucking fire blowing out of commercial, and they're throwing their gear all over the sidewalk, trying to put it on. And we're like, "Whoop! Thank you very much, bro. We got first 2. We took the job, and that was the end of that." And all those times, maybe you do it 200, 300 times, but all it takes is that one fucking time where you shove it right up their ass. You're like, yeah, all right, bro. You can call me a buff another 20 times, but I just took this.
I got you, baby.
Bro.
What did Hoppy say to the guys when they said something to him? Because we were showing up to the boxes all the time on the Hearst tool boxes. He said, it's called aggressiveness. Get used to it. That's what he said. That's what he told some of the guys on the job, but
Oh, dude, with him, it was great. We would turn out on whatever and drive, I don't know how many miles to a pin job, right?
Allegedly.
And we weren't even on the box. We'd get there and be like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. It's called aggressiveness. Get used to it.
I love it.
Aggressiveness. Get used to it. That shit's inspiring, man. That motivates me. And I have no interest in going to.
And that's how you keep it really turns into a pride thing. It's really, if everybody's kind of on the same page, hopefully, then it's easy peasy.
But Louis, I got a question and kind of a comment for you. Isn't it that like negativity? It's like it spreads like a
there's
cancer.
No doubt about it.
It's like a cancer, right? Like that
in the firehouse. That's like a fuse, bro.
That one little. I'm just saying, like that one little bitch.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
That one little thing, like when you're buckling up or something. That kind of thing could spread through the whole fucking company.
Yo, pull up what Jose put. That's great fucking.
1 out of 10. I just did before, Kev. It was
you
we
did?
don't dress for 9 out of 10. We get dressed for the 1 out of 10.
Well, the 1 out of 100, really.
Yeah, it is 0 to that, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, boys. Are
What
we
else
good?
you got? I don't know. We got anything else?
No, chat went kind of quiet. Unless you guys have something you want to throw at us.
I want to wish happy birthday to myself. How you like that? Thank you.
Patty Lee. I don't think he's in the chat tonight, but he's.
I wished him a happy birthday this morning. First thing. It's
I
a
actually
birthday
got a text
party.
from
Happy birthday. Yep.
Nice boy.
All right, maybe we'll do an old school tip of the day. We'll go to Jersey first. You got anything you want to add, my friends?
Hold on a second. I can't do the old school tip of the day without doing
wait a minute. Go.
the old school tip of the day.
I mean, you should have given the guy a little warning. Did you give him any warning? The guy's under panic.
No panic. It could be anything.
All right.
What do you got, Jersey?
I tell everybody that comes through the door here, it's pretty simple. Just don't be a shitbag, really. I mean,
Wow.
It's pretty simple.
Yes.
That sums it up right there, bro.
that takes care of it all.
That might be the best old school tip of the day. Hey,
Ball bag, shit bag.
don't be
Pick
a
one.
shit bag.
There's a lot of scumbag. There's a lot of bags you
That's
can
right
pick.
to the point, bro.
You know what though? I gotta say this, right? A shitbag wouldn't know that he's a shitbag anyway, right? So it's like they just get
The
weeded
fire
out.
department has a way of
Point
weeding
out
them
that
out.
he's a shit bag. Yeah.
Nice.
I would have been pull up. Are you a lieutenant, boss?
I am, yeah.
You are. What's your name?
John.
Oh, right. I forgot. Hold on a minute.
I'm the lieutenant on this shift, but today I happen to be covering the battalion chief spot, so I'd be on the engine with those guys.
Dude, I'm going to pull an old school right here. I like you. I'm going to keep my eye on you, bro.
All right, let's go to Pearland Fire Department.
Where
What
are
do you
they? Pearland?
Pearson? Pearland?
Good God.
Maryland.
I
know I'm teasing you. All right, shoot us a tip.
Who's got a tip?
The work-life balance. Don't get consumed by the job because it'll keep you alive.
I'm missing it. Somebody's got to talk for him. He's too close to the mic.
Yeah, we can't hear him. He sounds like he's underwater.
This better?
Yeah.
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance. All right.
Yeah, man. All right. And
if you're in Texas, don't be the moron that shows up at Briars. Just it's Bluebell.
Bluebell ice cream.
all right.
All right. Now I know what to bring when they're coming for ribs.
All right. Last but not least, our Tennessee family. Here we go. Old school tip of the day.
I've had the pleasure of giving an old school tip before.
Hey, Tank, I love you. Go fuck yourself. I want Lisa's old
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
Whatever
My
comes
old
to
school
mind,
tip of the
sweetie.
day, I will say, be a good human. If you walk into your house, now when I say house, I say firehouse, okay? When you walk into your house and you see the rig dirty, you see the floor dirty, you see the urinals dirty, whatever it is, clean it up. If you're a good human, you can be an amazing firefighter. Be a good human in all walks of your life. Don't be, as he said, the shit bag. Be a good human.
Wow.
Nice.
I like that.
Not bad for a spur of the moment. A couple of old school tips. Not too bad.
Not bad, guys.
It's a lot of pressure to come up with one of those babies.
I was worried
Just to
about
add to what she said, I like
Go.
to tell people, if I can't trust you to do the small things, how can I trust you to do the big things on a fire ground? So just to add to that, not that she needed me to, but just I wanted to.
I agree.
Nice.
Oh, what about? Listen, you might as well get the guy on the end of the couch to comment on something everybody else did. So go ahead, bro. What do you got?
I mean, yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, just try to be a good person. Don't be shitty. Don't, treat everybody with respect and stuff like that. It goes above and beyond just making sure that, things are tidy and stuff around. I was always taught when I was growing up, get respect, give respect. Goes back and forth, Don't be an asshole.
I like that. Bro, do you drive? You're a chauffeur?
Yeah, I chauffeur her around and another guy.
You do. You drive that shit like you stole it? What are you doing?
Sometimes I can. If I, you give me an open road, who knows what the hell's gonna happen?
Not down those back streets, though, right, bro?
Yeah. Gets a little hairy on them.
You got to get a stump jumper for those back streets. Who's chauffeuring over there in Texas, bro? Who's driving? Guy with the old guy with the chew?
Torres,
you're chauffeuring that shit. You driving that like a rape date? What are you doing?
Torres, I knew Torres. See, that guy's got the whole package.
Torres
Bro.
is
He's got
weird.
the whole package.
Like he was sitting there. You really can't figure him out, but he's like a jack of all trades there, bro. And he seems like a really good guy. There's got to be something wrong with him. Tell me something. Give me. He's too good. All right, and the other guys, you're out. Who's driving over there today? Which guy? I didn't see who was jumping in the rig. Jersey.
The Joe, one of the Joes.
Yeah, the one that was sitting here.
Right here. Joe, not John. Joe,
Petey and Paulie.
Marie, Petey, Paulie, Marie.
Marie's.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
fellas. Listen, you know,
got a shout out.
I thought this was a good success tonight. You know what I mean? I like
I
visiting
enjoyed it.
the kitchen tables. I thought it was fun.
Awesome.
Maybe we won't do it at the last minute. You know, maybe we'll throw it out in a couple of weeks in advance. And I gotta thank he's gone. Brandon went on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I told Brandon, I said, thanks, my man, Greg Strudel. I literally called Greg. What was it? 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock tonight. I was in the scramble. He wished me happy birthday this morning. Like, oh, fuck. Let me call Greg.
Yeah, dude, it was. We had a couple last minute cancellations, and it was tough to regroup.
And I gotta say, much love to my man Tank. I called him first thing in the morning, and he was scrambling. I love the shit out of that guy, dude. My wife says all the time, "I love Tank. He's the best."
Yep.
And
We love you, Tank.
He's like a cuddly bear.
He's like a big cuddly bear. And who'd have known he had a kick-ass sister? I would have never known that, bro.
She's like fucking Wonder Woman, man. She's badass.
Lisa, we gotta have you on again. Forget about Tank. We'll have you on.
All right. So
all right, Pete. What do you got? I don't have any shout outs.
I don't have nothing.
You, any of you guys have any?
Anybody want to shout out anybody tonight?
Hey, shout out to you guys for doing the show, man, and thanks for having us on. Really appreciate it.
Oh, I like that guy. I told you I'm gonna keep my eye on that guy right there, bro. John.
Hey, Petey, put up that Torres's
Yep.
website.
Throw that up there again.
Yep, it's ElijahsRetreat.com, and that's you got who's got the tones? Nobody.
No,
Okay.
That's one of the engines.
All right, gotcha.
Remain calm, Pete. Stay calm.
Pete, don't run out.
If you panic in the basement, you'll panic on the fire.
All right, ElijahsRetreat.com, guys.
Listen, you cheap fucks. Throw that up again. Get out your wallet and everybody throw a couple of shekels. This is a good cause right here. Throw it up there. Let's see what we can do for this man right here. It's for a good cause. Yeah, get it out there, fellas. Yep. And I'm going to say Jose, too. I asked Jose to come on the show tonight, but he was too busy. I don't know what he was doing. He's a busy fella. He's speaking Spanish. I don't know. Speaking Spanish. No picky ingy.
No picky ingy.
Picky ingy. All right, Pete, what do you got, kid?
I got two shout outs tonight. One's a little sad. I'm gonna go with that one first. So today, my wife's aunt, our favorite aunt, Aunt Robin. She's my favorite aunt in the family, drinking partner. You know, at every event, she's the greatest. She was found in diabetic shock today, and she's definitely not going to make it. So,
is that the one from Florida, Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So she's not going to make it. She's they got her on life support right now, just so that her daughter can come and see her one last time. And I just ask everybody in the chat and everybody in the audience to just say a prayer for her transition and let her go with God in good way. In a good way. And this one's for you, Aunt Robin.
Aunt Robin.
And then also on a lighter note, I just want to take a moment to shout out my boy Coobs. It's his birthday tonight, and you know what? You never get the roses until after you die. You never get the flowers until after you die. Well, I want to give them to you tonight, Coobies. You're a great friend. and one of the best people I know. Coobs has helped me immensely in my life personally. And I just want to give him a shout out and say thank you for being the person that you are. And we all love you, Koobies. You're a brilliant person to work with and a great friend.
Thank you, fellas. I got a very heartfelt text from my boy this morning. My buddy over there of 40 some odd years got me right here. Pete, I love you, kid. Appreciate it. And everybody out there, man, you guys are the best. This is the best thing. This podcast and this whole community. It's awesome. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything, bro. It's a lot of work, but it's awesome. And one last thing. Tony Buckrup, I saw you in the chat. Hey, fucking Tony Buckrup. Tony Buckrup. I saw you said something about coming out to visit you and out there. So give me a call. Maybe we'll make that happen, bro.
Yeah, sure.
And we're going to be in, where are we going next week?
Gary!
We'll be in Monroeville, which is outside of Pittsburgh, at our first trade show. So come visit us. And
are we going to be on Monday?
I don't know. You want to come on Monday?
I have some things. Let me see what I got going on. I know I have some family things coming up. So let me see.
We'll let them know. I actually got a thing Monday too. So I didn't think of that.
Maybe we'll just take off. I don't give a shit. So we'll be back on Thursday we'll be in Monroeville, right? We'll do the show from there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
That's why we're taking Pete with us, right? Otherwise, who the hell wants to hang out with him?
Where do those guys come from Jersey? That fill-ins. Look at
us.
Hey, welcome to the show. That's Joe, John, and Joe.
Joe.
His wife. Meet his wife Marie. His wife Marie, and his wife Marie.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Awesome. All right, fellas. My boys from Jersey, I appreciate it. Greg,
everybody stay on. Don't hang up.
Don't hang up. Greg, you guys, I appreciate it. Yeah, who's got one? Go.
I got a couple real quick. I want my boy Dusty. Love him. Work with him at my full time. I told 21 Truck Tillerman I'd give him a shout out, and then Chief Gonzo.
Oh, fuck him. 21 Truck I like him, dude. He sent me a lot.
Squad Cat 4. He's usually in there. Him and Fat Daddy's usually back and forth.
Fat Daddy Ray.
He's cool with me. And then I want to hit my Uncle Tony and then my mom up just to thank them for all they've done for me and do for me. And then Pete stole the thunder. I just want to say thanks again to Coops for always thinking of me when you got these ideas. And family to come on here with me, it means a lot. So just thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Dude, I had the pleasure of meeting Tank's mom on the phone one time, but I wish you would have told me that she was in the car while I called him, because I'm like, hey, Tank, you motherfucking fucking fuck. He's like, my mom's in the car. I'm like, maybe you should have fucking told me.
Oh my God.
I do that every time I call somebody. I'm like, are you alone? Like, I don't want to be.
I swear, Ruffy always asks me, are you alone? I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Because I know I'm going to start throwing F-bombs around it, whatever I'm talking about, and I don't want to do that.
There's lots of stuff. Lots of stuff to not say.
All right, fellas. Pete,
All right,
I appreciate the kind words tonight. I love you, kid. Ruffy, I love you.
brother.
The rest of you guys, you're the best. All right, Pete, give us the shout outs. Send us shit to the Coobs podcast, whatever.
Okay, I got it. All right. Here we go, guys. As everyone knows, you're going to be hearing this show in the next half hour, probably on iTunes Podcast, Spotify, or wherever fine audio podcasts are found. Subscribe to us there. It's free, you cheap fucks. Go on. And if you're listening to this, head on over to youtube.com/Getting Salty Experience, which is also free. And you should take your little filthy digit out, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Guys, tell your friends about it. It really helps us out. We want to grow the show. We want to come out to. We want to have camera crews. We want to do big things. Come out to you guys. Can't do that if we don't have a nice audience to show up. So subscribe. It helps us. Also, guys, head on over. If you're on Instagram, head on over to @SaltyDogInc. Mr. Refrano curates that with awesome fire photos, and you get all the last-minute info in the stories. Guys, GettingSaltyApparel.com is where you will find all the best firefighter apparel and all that kind of good stuff. So if you want to support us and support the show, hit us up there. Thanks to everybody tonight who hooked us up in the Super Chat. You guys are super cool. We appreciate it. questions for the show, hit us up, gettingsaltyexperience@gmail.com. And for the Cup of Joe and some Fuego segment that we're doing every week now, hit us up at coobspodcast@gmail.com with your helmet cam footage, with your pics of your rigs, your kitchen tables, and you guys doing some work at fire. We want to see fire. We don't want to see hitting it hard from the yard. All right. We want to see some real. We want to see some real.
What's this sweet shit? You got a mouse in your pocket? What's going on here?
All right. Anyway, you guys know what we want to see. We want to see some good fireworks. So send it to us. And guys, last but not least, we don't run this page, but it's the Facebook Getting Salty Fans group where you get a lot of info every day. Every single day, someone's going to ask if when's the show, and I'm going to tell you guys all right now. The show is every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. unless otherwise noted. That's it. All right. So head on over to Getting Salty Fans page, and that, my friends, is all the news that's fit to print.
Oh, look at that. Fellas, thank you very much for all the birthday wishes, and especially this weekend. Let's really remember what this weekend is all about.
Why you have off.
Yep, and
make sure your kids know why they have off.
Yeah, tell your kids and pass it down, and then they'll know why we have a free society that we have. And I don't want to get into the rest, but you know what I'm saying. All right, fellas. So we will see you possibly on Monday. I don't know. But most definitely, we'll see you in Pittsburgh on Thursday. And once again, thanks to the guys. He's got his helmet on again. I can't look at him. She's got a helmet on too. All right.
Do that.
All right.
All right. I appreciate it. I'm going to put my hand up in front of the screen so I can't see them. I love the Head Nation. I'll see you guys. Stay low and go.
All right. Have a good weekend. Be safe. And we'll see you at the big one.
Cheers, brothers and sisters.